On the front row today, the Election Commission of the Virgin Islands readies the parties and candidates for election days, April 20 and 24, to the point of reminding them of what can land them fines and prison time. Next, you'll hear of the VIP campaign rally reaching the district of the man they are fighting to return to government as premier, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Whitley, District 7. I'm Kathy Richards, and we'll have the details after this commercial break.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year.
Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
The Great Debate, District 9 candidates. VIP Vincent Whitley.
I have said it before, and I will say it here now again. There has never been more action in a 4-year period in this district than in my 4 years.
PVIM Shireen Flax Charles.
We need a tourism model that works for us and our people, not one so politically disastrous and nonsensical that our competitors are happy.
NDP Coy Levins.
How many election periods has passed and the issues are not addressed? But 6 months before election, you got story to tell the people as if the people is ignorant and don't have understanding.
Independent Vernon Vanterpool. The Great Debate. Virgin Gorda, April 14, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Catholic Community Center. And Anegada, April 16th, 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Emile Dunlop Community Center.
Opiate. Hi, I'm Cowboy, and I'm running for president of Stake. Thank you. And I will meet your needs. Some bathrooms are so expensive to build, they come with security. But at Staycation Butchers, our meats are affordable. People always ask me, Cowboy, where does your salmon come from? Well, our salmon comes from the water. A vote for Cowboy is a vote for quality, integrity, and consistency. So come into Staycation Butchers and cast your vote for me, your next president of Steak. Alexandra Durant approves this message.
No, I don't.
Welcome back for the news in detail. As the clock ticks, April 20 and 24, 2023 comes closer into being, and the Office of the Elections Commission is readying for polling days 2023, when voting processes commence as the people of the Virgin Islands decide who makes it into the 5th House of Assembly to legislate and manage the affairs of the territory. On March 5, the office, led by Supervisor of Elections Sherry Griffin, had audience with the candidates and or representatives, taking them through the paces of Election Day 2023.
So when they open up the blue bin from advanced polling, the seal was recorded and the signature that was done at advanced polling, we get a chance to verify that before they open them?
I'll even take you a step back.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is one, there is no need to open up the blue bin unless there is a need for a manual recount. Remember, the memory stick that was contained in here and taken out. This is where all of the results are recorded. Images of every ballot that is scanned is stored on the memory stick. These memory sticks will be opened and uploaded at the central counting station in a computer, and those are the results that are being displayed. The only time that there will be a need to open any ballot box, whether it's the blue bin or this steel bin, is if there is a recount, and the recount on the basis whereby the difference between the leading two candidates is less than 0.5%.
I believe in the past there was sample ballots given so that you can share with persons who may need additional assistance. Will this be available again after, I guess, after nominations and you have all the names? Is that possible?
How best to answer this question? Nomination day is the 13th. We have a very short turnaround window in order to get ballots. What I can say to you, we will have sample ballots at the polling stations that can offer guidance to voters.
If power goes, what effect will it have on the machine?
None. There's a backup battery in the machines.
Thank you.
I thought you were going to ask if power goes at a complex. But we have a generator.
That was just one bit of the processes. Another was that of close of poll.
The order of proceedings. Counting of votes cast at advanced polls. We anticipate, if all goes well, the count to start at 8 p.m. and we will commence with advanced polls. After all the jump drives to the 9 districts and the polling divisions have been read and results have been verified by the returning officers, the ES&S technician will preliminary results from the advanced polls. Then we will move on to counting of votes cast on polling day. The count will then commence with the votes cast on polling day based on the order in which the seal pouches and election documents arrive at the counting station. So for example, District 2 has 4 polling stations. If only when all pouches arrive for District 2 would we consider that District 2 has been complete. So they will not be able to sign in as being complete until all those pouches have arrived. After the results for each district has been read and printed, the Supervisor of Elections will announce the results and the technician will post the results on the screen. And this process will be repeated for all 9 districts. And then at the end of the proceedings, the Supervisor of Election will announce the results from all local districts and all territorial electoral districts. Providing that a recount is not requested by a counting agent and has been determined by the respective returning officer to be valid, returning officers would sign Form 35 and Form 36 and return the writ to the Supervisor of Elections. By way of information, The request for a recount is to be done using form number 34. That is the order of proceedings. A counting agent or a candidate may complete Form 34 requesting a recount. However, the returning officer will determine whether the request is reasonable, and the following format is applicable in these instances, if it is determined. An automatic electronic recount, that is where the margin is 1% but not less than 0.5% of the total votes cast between the two leading candidates, and a manual recount, which will require the actual and physical handling of the ballots, where the margin is less than 0.5% of the total votes cast between the two leading candidates.
We're reminded of offenses that can result in a person's being prosecuted in the courts of law.
Sale, offering, or giving away of intoxicating liquor in any electoral district between opening and closing of polls, broadcasting on television or wireless transmitting stations items which promote or procure the election of a candidate or a political party, wearing of flags, ribbons, labels, or favors supporting a candidate or political party within an electoral district at a polling station, using a loudspeaker, bunting, ensign banner, standard set of colors, flags, and having the same displayed on motor cars, trucks, or political vehicles. The penalty upon summary conviction is a fine of $500 and 6 months imprisonment, or a penalty upon summary conviction of a fine of $1,000 and imprisonment for those offenses under Section 66.
Meantime, for new and first-time voters especially, the process was demonstrated.
Can you sign, please? Ms. Foy, please proceed to the presiding officer. This lady over there. Here you go.
This is your ballot. The ballot contains the local electoral district and the territorial district candidates that are competing in this 2023 election. The name of each candidate is on the right. Next to their names are the symbols. The territorial candidates are on your left, and the symbols are also next to the name. You may vote for one candidate in the local district. In the territorial district, you can vote up to 4 persons. To choose a candidate of your choice, you're going to put an X inside of the oval, or you can shade the oval completely. Remember, for local, it's only 1, and for territorial, you can vote up to 4 persons. Okay? You're going to proceed to the voting booth. There's a pen in there that you're going to use to mark your ballot. Okay? I'm going to initial the ballot. Tear off the counterfoil. Put it into the secrecy folder. When you complete the marking your ballot, you're going to come out of the voting booth, proceed to the DS200, insert your ballot face up or face down. Check the display screen for any error message. Once the display screen have no error message, the display screen will show that your ballot would cast, it would say your vote counts. Proceed to the voting booth.
At the end of nomination day, April 13, the territory will know for sure parties and candidates contesting the general elections. The Virgin Islands Party VIP campaign rally reached the home district of the sitting Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Whitley, as they campaigned the district to return him to the House of Assembly, but more, return the Virgin Islands Party as the ruling one, which will result in Dr. Whitley becoming Premier once again.
If it be God's will that I'm elected with a majority, you will be electing the Premier of the Virgin Islands. The first leader of government that the East has had since the late great Willard Wheatley, my grandfather. As Premier, I am in the position to appoint ministers, to lead an agenda, to hold ministers accountable to the people, and they'll hold me accountable. And by God's grace and mercies, 6 persons of the team sitting behind me will have the opportunity to be a minister or junior minister. And we have a whole team of individuals who are capable to be ministers. Any single one of them could be a minister. Because some persons say that we have quantity and they have quality. But guess what? We have quantity and quality. We have both. They lack in a little quantity. And I won't say anything about their quality because I want to be nice tonight. God bless them. And the team will deliver for the people of the 7th district.
Premier Whitley outlined a list of things he credited the party and himself as achieving for District 7, but also took time out to explain that district representatives hold no money for district works, but rather ministries.
And let me tell you something. Somebody can tell you all the things they want to do for you, but you must ask them how they will accomplish all these marvelous things. You cannot accomplish these fantastic, wonderful plans without money. How much money do you think that a district rep receives right now at this very moment for his or her district? How much money do you think a district rep receives? Do you know that right now a district representative does not receive 1 dime? Not 1 red cent. Any work that is to be done in any district must be done through a ministry. The ministry will only be able to execute a project or initiative which is in the budget. As Minister of Finance, my team at the Ministry of Finance must present me with a budget. I have the authority to say, take this out and put this in. And I can take it to my colleagues in Cabinet and the House of Assembly to have it passed. If it be God's will that I'm elected with a majority, I can ensure that the money for the progress for the people of the 7th district is in the budget. And I will ensure that there's equity. There's equity among all the districts. That each district gets its fair share. But no one will forget about the 7th district.
Prior to implementing the recommendations of the Commission of Inquiry, representatives were allotted significant sums of monies individually as public assistance, which were used at their discretion to assist individuals. Now, meantime, Premier Whitley is begging to be returned, assuring residents of District 7 that the 4 years in government and the months he sat as Premier have matured him.
District 7, this is a leadership that is humble enough to acknowledge that it has made mistakes. And yes, District 7, I have made mistakes. And District 7, that greedy bill was a mistake. And on the first opportunity I have, the first piece of legislation that we will repeal will be that greedy bill. And yes, we have made other mistakes as well. This 4-year period has been filled with lessons. I present you a leadership that will learn those lessons, correct those mistakes, and be a better leadership for you. I present to you a leadership that will not be a puffed up leadership, pushing up your chest as though you are without sin and without blame.
Whitley was appointed Premier at the fall of Andrew A. Foy as Premier, who was arrested in April of 2022 and to date remains a subject of the United States criminal justice system. Now it's time for Digital Sports Calendar.
This is the Digital Sports Max Sports Calendar. I'm Dean, the Sportsman Greenaway, Digital Brand Ambassador. You know sports is my forte. Let me tell you everything that they tell me is going on this weekend.
6 overseas athletes are joining 25 home-based athletes to make up the total delegation of 31 athletes that will represent the BVI at the 50th Carifta Games in Nassau, Bahamas. The opening ceremonies for the Carifta Games is set for 4 p.m. in Nassau on Friday. Competition will begin at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and there will be 2 sessions through Monday, 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Radio reports from the Carifta Games in Nassau, Bahamas will be aired on CBN 90.9 FM, beginning with the preview reports on Saturday morning. Other reports will be aired at 2 p.m. following the morning session and at 9:15 p.m. following the evening session. There will also be a 9 a.m. Carifta Games wrap-up report on Tuesday from Nassau, Bahamas. Check out what the athletes are saying after their performances in the 50th Carifta Games in Nassau, Bahamas.
And coming up in BVI Cricket Association play,
the only game in town this weekend is cricket, and the Royal Knights will face Rising Stars at 10 a.m. in the BVI Cricket Association 2020 League in Greenland on Sunday, followed by Cavaliers and Grenada at 2 p.m. That's the Digital Sports Max Sports Calendar. I'm Brand Ambassador Dean, the Sportsman Greenaway. You want to get something you are doing covered in sports? Hit me up at 340-3545.
This has been Front Row. Top news in the Virgin Islands is told only by JTV. Remember to continue follow us on our social media platforms and even more on our website, jahphixtelevision.com.
Opiate.
Hi, I'm Cowboy, and I'm running for Presidents of Steak. Thank you. And I will meet your needs. Some bathrooms are so expensive to build, they come with security. But at Staycation Butchers, our meats are affordable. People always ask me, "Cowboy, where does your salmon come from?" Well, our salmon comes from the water. I vote for Cowboy. It's a vote for quality, integrity, and consistency. So come into Staycation Butchers and cast your vote for me, your next president of steak. Alexandra Durant approves this message.
No, I don't.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050.
Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year.
Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
The Great Debate, District 9 candidates. VIP Vincent Whitley.
I have said it before, and I will say it here now again. There has never been more action in a 4-year period in this district than in my 4 years.
PVIM Shireen Flax Charles.
We need a tourism model that works for us and our people, not one so politically disastrous and nonsensical that our competitors are happy.
NDP Coy Levins.
How many election periods has passed and the issues are not addressed, but 6 months before election you got story to tell the people as if the people is ignorant and don't have understanding.
Independent Vernon Vanterpool. The Great Debate, Virgin Gorda, April 14th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Catholic Community Center. And Anegada, April 16th, 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Emile Dunlop Community Center.